Recently, southern China has faced serious floods, especially in Hunan province. The situation is critical. Reservoirs are on the verge of collapse. Trains are stopped. Shopping centers are flooded. The economy of already flooded regions has received a new blow. In Pingjiang County, the water level in the Miluo River has reached a 70-year high, flooding urban areas. Residents have criticized authorities for hiding the extent of the disaster. "Look at this water, it's horrifying," says one local. On July 2, the water level at Pingjiang Station exceeded 77 meters, the highest since 1954. Even the local TV station was flooded. A media center employee said, "Our station is flooded. Tonight, Pingjiang may experience the worst flooding in history." Residents say authorities secretly released water from reservoirs at night without warning. This has led to massive damage. The reservoir secretly released water at night, flooding the entire county. Stores are underwater. The losses are significant, said Mr. Ba, a local resident. In addition to Hunan, Anhui and Jiangxi provinces have been severely affected. Residents are reporting water and electricity outages. "Oh no, the water is already in the house. The house is flooded again. What should we do?" people exclaim. According to official figures, millions of people have been affected. More than 60 people have died. However, due to the Chinese government's habit of hiding the truth, the real numbers are unknown. From July 1 to July 3, videos emerged showing people being carried away by torrents of water in different parts of Hunan. In the raging torrents, lives seemed as fragile as thin leaves. It is tragic that in China, the lives of ordinary people are considered of such little value. On the evening of July 1, an underground parking lot in Yang County suddenly flooded. Several people were knocked down by the rushing water. Since June 26, the Qingshan Reservoir in Chongyang County has been releasing water, causing river levels to rise and flooding many towns. The water level should not rise any higher. If it rises any higher, the power plant won't be able to withstand it, and people will have to prepare to evacuate. The maximum height we can withstand is only 50 to 60 centimeters. We can no longer protect the power plant, local authorities report. Residents are outraged by the authorities' actions. Why didn't the power plant release the water before the rains? Now they're opening the floodgates in an emergency during floods just to make a little more money from electricity. On June 29, flooding in Zhenjiang, Guizhou Province, injured local residents. They shared a message on an overseas platform, hoping for help. The whole city is de-energized. "My relatives are trapped in Zhenjiang Old Town. The first floors are mostly flooded. The notice says the water will rise another 6 meters. The owner of a billiard hall said, "In just an hour the water has risen so high, the equipment in our warehouse and hall is damaged. The losses are almost hundreds of thousands." An online user commented, "Such floods happen every year, quickly inundating people's property. This is not a natural disaster, but the result of water being released from reservoirs without warning. Such disregard for life and property is extremely rare in the world, comparable to terrorist attacks. It is horrifying." In traditional Chinese culture, there is a saying, "Heaven has the virtue of caring for life," meaning that even if people make serious mistakes, heaven will give enough warning to correct them. Since June, floods have continued in the south and droughts in the north. This should serve as a warning to the rulers, but the authorities show no concern. Whether it is disaster prevention, rescue during a disaster, or relief after a disaster, no significant action has been taken, leaving only destruction in people's self-help efforts. History often repeats itself, only the actors and scenery change. When studying the reasons for the fall of each country and the history of dynasties since the Xia period, one cannot help but be surprised and curious. Toward the end of each dynasty in Chinese history, natural disasters became more frequent and more serious compared to earlier periods. These events seem to hint at something. Why were disasters so frequent and severe in the late and final years of these dynasties? What was the sky trying to tell people? The ancient Chinese believed that natural disasters were closely related to human actions. If disasters were caused by human misdeeds, a significant cause of those misdeeds was the ruler's failure to govern virtuously. Can we say that it was the lack of benevolent governance by these end-time rulers, going against the will of heaven, that led to the celestial warnings? Natural disasters were heaven's way of warning and punishing those who did not follow its laws. When these tyrannical, foolish, and mediocre rulers ignored heaven's warnings, their downfall became inevitable. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please put a like and subscribe to our channel. Take care of yourself and your loved ones.